Some of us are made to serve and some of us still have some learning to do. But what I want to propose to you that if you are not where you want to be when it comes to how much you want to be making in this business, or it's just hitting some resistance when you actually get a client onboarded and not able to get them to stay, it could quite possibly be that your servant posture is off. And sometimes when we come from corporate America and we hear things like, that's not my job. Okay, that can work against us. That can work against us. And I want to set you up for success. Check out this training on the posture you have to have in this sector so that you can have clients for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years if you so desire. Check it out. You are in an assistant role. You are created to serve. You are getting paid to serve. You are getting paid to say, how can I help? You're not getting paid to say, that's not my job. You're not getting paid to say, that's not part of the services that I offer. But what you can say is, right, you can say, okay, here, you want boundaries as a VA. You want to do all those things. But when you are in servant mode, you do what is needed to get the deal closed. Okay, as long as you can do it legally, long as it's something some of you are not licensed, right? So you're working in an unlicensed role. There's not everything that you can necessarily do. But for the things that you can do, you want to try and offer those things in your services. I'll give you an example. So when all parties sign on a contract, the contract is executed. That's when you can activate your transaction coordinator role on the process. Well, before, okay, it's executed, the agent may need help drafting the contract, okay? And some of you are not able to draft it based off of your state if you're not licensed, right? But some of you can help draft a contract. And so some may say, well, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Right. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting paid for that. What if they don't accept the contract? Now I've wasted my time and never turned into a transaction coordinator package for me. Right. And so you start to pull into not being in servant mode. And I'm not saying there's some real estate VAs that they don't do that. Okay. And this is just me using this as an example. But what I'm saying is it hurts you to always have your guard up of what you will and will not do instead of serving your client and giving them what they need. So what you can say, which is what we say, is that we absolutely can draft a contract for you. There is an additional fee for that because it's separate from our transaction coordinator packages. But we will do that for you, right? So make sure you create things that are win-win. Okay. If anybody knows me, they knows I love the 7 habits of highly effective people. And one of the principles that he teaches you is think of scenarios and think of offerings and services where it's win-win, right? So if you were to offer to draft that contract for them and the contract never turns into an executed contract and you're never paid for that, then the client wins, but you lose. I hope you're enjoying this video. And if you're liking this type of content, let me invite you to my free training where I teach you how to start, scale, and sustain in this sector. There are 5 simple ways to start. I teach you exactly what that is. And then how did you scale this tip to multiple 6 figures a year? How did you pull that off? I want to show you exactly how I do that. And then how do I sustain my business? Do you know that some of my clients have been with me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years? I want to show you how I keep my clients where they want to be with me and they have the option to leave. Okay. I want to show you how I do that. So all you have to do is go to tiffany'smasterclass.com. It's free for you. I give all my game away and you can walk away knowing how a girl that started out in an active bankruptcy that was just trying to make an extra $500 a month ended up getting myself in a position where I was able to quit my job and do my business full time. And I've been a full-time entrepreneur for the past decade. I want to show you how you can do the same. I'll see you soon. The client is maybe driving and they can't even sit anywhere to draft the offer and they have you that they can call and you can stop what you're doing and go ahead and knock that offer out in probably 15 minutes and send that out so that they can get that going. And if they're in a competitive offer situation, you were able to slide yours in first and maybe get that thing executed before somebody else came along, right? That's the advantage to them. That is a win for them. Right. But if you are not compensated in any way, that is a lose for you. Right. And you don't want to create any type of services where you do that, any type of offerings. What you want to say is like what we said. OK, we can absolutely do that. But that is a separate fee. So now they get the ease and the convenience of you doing that for them, because while they're out in these streets, you're sitting in your office, OK, or on the beach or in Jamaica somewhere, because you can work from anywhere and you can draft that offer for them. And now you can be compensated for that. Now we have a win-win situation. So have a servant posture, create win-win scenarios so that even though you have a servant posture, you still win in that scenario. I'm going to give you a quick tip on how we make sure that we always have a servant's heart. This is our principles, right? These are customized to the company that I run. It's called the 3I CPS principles. And what it's saying is you want to impress, improve, and improvise. You want to impress the client, the client's client, right? The client's client is the buyer's agent is who hired you. The actual buyers are the client's client. You want to impress them too. Client's network, that's the lender, that's the title company, that's everybody involved. You want to impress them as well. You want to impress anybody impacted into this situation, right? Because when you do that, that's going to make the agent look good, right? You're going to personify their name, which is what moves us to the next one, is you're going to improve their procedure, protection, and their persona. Right? So for the agent that hires you, you're going to improve their procedure. So everything they give you, you're going to say, hey, we can modify this. We can do this. We can add this as a marketing thing so that we can build upon our relationships with the client. You're improving their procedure. You're improving their protection because you're taking your time while they're rushing and drafting a contract with one hand and driving with the other and shoving that thing to you. And you can take the time and say, hey, we missed some initials here. We didn't input the date here. You're going to offer them more protection. You're going to improve that for them. You're going to improve their persona because you're impressing them, you're offering them protection, and you're improving their procedures, right? And then improvise, right? When something goes wrong, because something will go wrong, when something goes wrong, can you solve the problem? Can you solve it with speed? Can you solve it with simplicity? And now that you understand the posture of this, I want to give you some more marketing ideas, right? So that you can get more clients without having to spend more money. Why is that? Because you might have it in your head that you got to spend money to make money. And I'm just here to tell you that's not always true, not in this sector. Watch out for this video where I am going to show you how can I grow my business with relationship and not cash. Check it out.